How do you know if a home in Denver is actually a smart buy in 2025, or if it just looks good online? Because right now, there are homes that will save you thousands and others that will cost you big time. Today, I'm breaking down what's actually worth buying in this year's Denver market. We'll talk about well-maintained resales, hidden gem locations, and walkability, and the exact kind of new construction deal to target. Plus, I'll show you which properties are best left alone, no matter how pretty the photos look. I'm Landon. I'm a local realtor here in Denver for the last 18 years, and I make videos about life here in Denver. Let's kick things off with the smartest type of home to buy this year, and why it's not what most buyers expect. Well-established resale homes in great locations, such as Littleton, Highlands Ranch, and parts of Centennial, are prime examples of some of the best buys in today's market. Some of the reasons why it's such a good time to buy a home like that in Denver in 2025 is individual sellers are often more motivated and flexible on price and terms compared to large corporate builders. And so resales can do very well. They have personal reasons to move, creating opportunities for negotiation. Also, there are some financial benefits to getting a resale. These areas typically have lower property tax rates than new developed areas. Some of the new construction homes have $12,000, $14,000, $16,000 per year that you're paying on your property taxes. You also buy into an area with a proven track record of value, strong comparable sales, and an established community with big trees and amenities like parks and schools. Also, we want homes that are in good condition. These are not fixer-uppers. They're homes that have been cared for, maybe with a 10-year-old roof or a kitchen about 5 years ago, but solid and move-in ready type homes. Your first smart move in the 2025 market is to focus on well-maintained resale homes in stable, established neighborhoods. Why? Because the person on the other side of that transaction is a human, not a corporation. A family that needs to relocate for a job is going to be far more flexible on price, repairs, and closing dates than a national builder trying to protect their profit margins. You get more negotiation power, and on top of that, you're buying into a neighborhood with mature trees, established schools, and lower property taxes. You avoid the high Metro District taxes that often come with new construction, saving you thousands over the years. Now, if suburban life isn't your goal, there's another smart buy that focuses on location above all else. So the second smart buy in 2025 would be to focus on prime locations with amazing walkability and give up a little square footage. 2 or 3 bedroom condos, townhomes, or single family homes in highly walkable, desirable areas are great buys right now. Neighborhoods like Wash Park, the Highlands, or parts of Old Town Arvada fit this profile perfectly. There's also great investment potential on these. While the price per square foot is high, these property values hold their value exceptionally well because of location. They're always in demand for both renters and future buyers, giving you a powerful exit strategy. Also, the lifestyle in these homes. They offer a lifestyle where you can walk to coffee shops, restaurants, parks, and community events, reducing reliance on a car, which is kind of nice and can save you some costs in other areas because you are paying for location. The second smart buy is a home with a smaller footprint in an A+ location. You might pay a higher price per square foot, but you're buying a lifestyle and an incredibly resilient asset. These are neighborhoods that see the lowest inventory and the highest demand year after year. When the market cools, these areas cool the least. When the market heats up, they heat up the most. It provides a level of security for your investment that you just can't get in a sprawling, car-dependent suburb. This is a fantastic option for young professionals, couples, or anyone who values experiences and walkability over extra space. But what if you want something brand new? There is a smart way to do that too, but only if you find this specific type of deal. So the third opportunity to find a great deal in 2025 is look at what builders are putting out there. Because yes, they do have high property taxes, which we established, but they also are offering some crazy incentives that really makes it worth it to go for a new home. They're also dropping in price right now instead of raising their prices like they were constantly during the pandemic. But builders need to keep selling homes to please shareholders. When inventory sits, they often get nervous and start offering significant incentives on completed or near completed homes, known as standing inventory or specs. Look for interest rate buydowns. These are temporary buydowns, right? Where they can buy down your interest rate 2% for the first year, 1% for the second year. And that's just a huge savings in your pocket. On average, around $16,000 to $18,000 in savings over the 2-year course. And it buys you time for interest rates to come down naturally. Also, look for large contributions to closing costs or even price reductions on the home itself. These can save you hundreds in your monthly payment and thousands up front. And in order to find the deals, you got to focus on communities where a builder has a number of completed homes without buyers. So drive through these neighborhoods and look for the available now signs. Also, stick with reputable builders. We want to work with well-known builders who have a track record of success in the Denver area, and stay away from some that have caused more problems. Definitely look at reviews. Look at the ones that are taking care of warranty issues and the ones that are not. I've always been a big fan of Resale Homes. They do a great job. Toll Brothers, Taylor Morrison. I've had the best experiences with them. And I've had pretty good experiences with Richmond, Oakwood, to name a couple. I'll leave out some of the others. I'm not all about just bashing builders, but there are some that just have warranty issues. Reach out to me personally if you want to know more. I'm happy to share experiences that I've had with some of the other builders out there. It's one of those things where choosing the builder is a big part of choosing the experience that you're going to have when you're building a home. If you have your heart set on a new construction home, the only way it's a smart buy in 2025 is if you get a builder inventory home with massive incentives. Some builders are sitting on completed homes and they are getting desperate. This is where you can find incredible deals. I'm not talking about a free refrigerator. I'm talking about 2-1 interest rate buy downs that could lower your mortgage payment by $800 a month for the first year, or $20,000 towards your closing costs. These incentives are not always advertised on their website. You have to go to the communities and ask what deals they can offer on their move-in ready homes. Or you can reach out to me and my team and I will make sure that we dig into it for you, save you a ton of time by reaching out to multiple builders and getting back to you with some answers. So definitely call the number on the screen if we can help you save time in your busy life and do that legwork for you. We've got some great resources and websites that can help in that process so that it's a lot more efficient than you calling each builder individually. And we represent buyers on brand new homes all the time, and builders will pay us our fee to represent you. And you typically don't save any money when you go without an agent. It just goes towards the builder's marketing budget when you go unrepresented on a home. A home from a reputable builder with a significant incentive package is one of the best opportunities in the current market. Now that we've covered the smart buys, let's talk about the properties to avoid, starting with one that looks the most tempting online. So the first types of homes that I would avoid are the overpriced, not well done, renovated flips, right? These can have the appearance of lipstick and look great online and in pictures, but then cause you tons of problems down the road. And not every flipper is created equal. There are some flippers that do a great job with their homes and others that just really struggle to produce quality, and they cut corners left and right. So the best way to describe these homes is kind of like, in today's social media environment, you see all kinds of people like putting pictures of themselves with photo filters, right? And they look perfect. There's not a blemish on their skin. They look 20 years younger than they actually are with the perfect lighting. That's kind of what this is, right? When you buy an overpriced flipped home that's not done with good quality, you will find lots of spiders in the closet, and they look fantastic in photos. They have that gorgeous new like alabaster paint. They might have, luxury vinyl plank floors, that cost only like $5 a square foot, or they might have basic stainless steel appliances that look really nice, right? But they were actually a lot cheaper than you think. But the work is cosmetic, and the problem is the price is inflated to cover the investor's profit. And that's the only way that they pick these up, right? Is they have to build in, a lot of cases, about $100,000 profit margin, which they pass on to the person that buys it. And so the core components like the furnace, roof, windows, and foundation sometimes are ignored and corners are cut there. The finishes sometimes can be low quality and won't last. And so the risk is a big thing you have to look at. In a market with rising inventory, these homes often fail to appraise for their inflated asking price. And that would leave you potentially with a major appraisal gap that you may have to cover with cash if that seller's not willing to come down on price, if it appraises for under the value. And so you're buying a home with no real equity, and you'll discover hidden maintenance problems down the road. Not something that I would recommend signing up for. These are often found in fringe neighborhoods where investors can buy low, but where long-term value is not guaranteed. The first home to run from is the overpriced, poorly renovated flip. You know the one. It looks amazing online with fresh paint, new floors, and it's priced $100,000 more than the house next door that hasn't been updated. The problem is, this could just be lipstick on a pig. The investor may have put in the cheapest materials possible to make it look good, but they didn't touch the 25-year-old furnace or the leaky windows. In today's market, appraisers are being much more conservative. When the appraisal comes in $40,000 below the contract price, the deal may fall apart unless you have cash to cover the difference between what the lender will lend on and what the actual value of the home is. You're paying a premium for the cosmetic updates, but not for the real value of the home. Next on the list of homes to avoid is the flip side of our third smart buy option that we talked about. So we're talking about new builds with zero incentives. So if you run across those types of homes, just understand you're going to be paying an amount that's 3 times greater than a resale on property taxes. And you may get that nice open floor plan that you're looking for, but if you're not buying with incentives right now on new construction, then you may be overpaying for a home, and it may take you a while to catch up with the equity on that home. And so while many builders are offering deals, some are still holding firm on their prices and offering no meaningful incentives, particularly in very high demand, small scale developments. So the red flag would be, if a builder isn't offering a rate buy down or a significant closing cost help or a price reduction in the current market or a fixed rate that is locked in that they've bulk purchased before. In those scenarios, they may be asking for you to overpay for the home. And by comparison, a competing builder in a similar neighborhood might be offering an incentive package worth $30,000 to $50,000. By choosing the one with no deal, you're leaving a massive amount of money on the table and buying a less competitive asset from day one. So the reality is that the market has shifted and buyers have more power now. A builder who refuses to acknowledge that shift is not a builder you want to buy from in 2025. This might seem obvious, but you must avoid any new build that comes with zero incentives. Builders are sitting on inventory across the metro area. If you talk to a sales rep and they tell you the price is firm and that they're not offering any help with your interest rate or closing costs, you should probably walk away. Plain and simple. Your neighbor in a nearby community could be getting a deal that saves them almost $1,000 a month on their payment. By buying a home with no incentives, you're instantly at a disadvantage. There are too many good deals out there to settle for a builder who isn't willing to play ball in the 2025 market. Finally, let's talk about the type of home that can become a massive financial burden with very little flexibility. We're talking about oversized homes in less desirable zip codes. So what really defines an oversized home? The type of profile I want to create for you is a property that's a 5-bedroom, 4,000 square foot house located in a neighborhood far from major job centers with average schools and few amenities, right? The problem with this is the buyer pool for a large, expensive home in a B or C minus tier location is extremely small. And when it's time to sell, you have very little demand. The cost to you is that big homes come with big expenses as well. Your utility bills, maintenance costs, and insurance premiums will be significantly higher because of your square footage. These costs eat into any potential savings that you thought you were going to get on the purchase price. Also, this home offers zero exit flexibility. It's a tough one to sell. So if you need to move for a job or family reasons, you could be stuck trying to sell it for months and even years, possibly at a loss. Unless you are getting an absolute undeniable steal, this is a trap. It seems like a great deal on paper. You get 5 bedrooms and a huge yard for the same price as the smaller house in a better area, but this is a classic trap. Your heating bill will be massive. Your maintenance costs are double. And when it comes time to sell, who is the buyer? The number of people looking for a very large, expensive home in an area with average schools and a long commute is tiny, and you will have almost no flexibility if your life circumstances change. So unless you're 100% certain that you will be in that home for 20 plus years and can get it for a rock bottom price, just skip it. The other thing that's factoring into this is that family sizes are shrinking, right? People are having less kids on average. And so before, the average may have been 3 to 4 kids back in the 90s, where now it's more like 1.5 to maybe 2, right? For most family sizes. And so in that case, they typically don't need 5-6 bedrooms. And so there's definitely, a shrinking value in having that extra 5th, 6th bedroom compared to most of the demand in our market is in that 2 to 4 bedroom category is what people are looking for. And so you don't want to be that home that doesn't have a buyer. The Denver market in 2025 has clear winners and losers. Choosing the right strategy can save you tens of thousands of dollars and set you up for long-term success. If you want a partner to help you navigate this market, identify the real opportunities, and stay away from these traps, I'm here to help. Call or text me at this number on the screen. I work with clients every day to make smart, confident real estate decisions in Denver. Now that you know what types of homes to target, let's talk real talk. What's it actually like living in Denver? On my next video, I'll ask locals what they hate about living in Denver and what they like about it, and their answers might surprise you. Click on the video on your screen, and I'll see you there.